Ladies and gentlemen, the Emperor has preserved us. That is a giant skull. Why is there a giant skull? You know what, I'm gonna not ask questions. Okay, so I believe we're on mission 3. Right? I think? Yes. Yeah, it even says, because, yeah, okay, so I'll do up mission 3. It's a crane. But why is there a giant skull on the crane? And don't tell me that's a person's skull. That's clearly stylistic. No rush, by the way, whenever you guys are ready. Not with a class I don't know and when I'm trying out hit stuff. But if I've done my math correctly, we will have enough missions to try out a higher difficulty. Why not? You know what? I don't actually have an answer to that. You win. Well, I noticed the difficulty options in campaign were so bad I gave them a negative. So we'll have to poke at that. Cursed be silence when the omniscience word should ring out. I noticed my legs aren't Mega Man legs. It's kind of strange.
Our Vox transmissions are not reaching the astropathic relay station. The source of the interference lies in heretic-occupied territory. Locate and destroy whatever is jamming our communications.
Okay, so what do we got?
You will be on your own from here. The Emperor protects.
Arrived, Damocles. Vox contact going dark.
Understood. Damocles out.
Oh. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Found some of the jittery bastards. Fresh catch.
Hello, Czar. Ah! He played dead. He played dead. That reach stores slowly, doesn't it? Look at that. I do like the grapple, I'm not gonna lie.
Magazine out. Magazine in.
I mean, that's just normal, real life, Mr. Red. So it's obviously a nightmarish hellscape.
Exchanging rounds.
Choose the next encounter.
So we're playing as Decimus? It's lol.
For the Emperor!
Yes, yes.
For the Emperor!
Visual on Thousand Suns barrier.
Unnatural. We can expect those heretics to use similar tactics against us.
Drop the barrier and expose them.
It's like a flock of birds evading a predator. But they're flocking this way. Ah!
Into the maw of death!
Forgive me, my brother. I saw the enemy. All my eyes spotted was red. So, over here, what would you say is the appeal of making a main character faction be a big evil? And why does Lore not want to be the Empire's grim evils when they're paired? I have no idea what the appeal is of making the main character, main faction evil. Well, that's not true. After about 5 seconds of thought, I could give you a reason for it. Here's the reason.
The hideous disciples of chaos chant and shriek in a barbaric tongue. Madness bubbles from their frothing mouths, and hideous cackling laughter. There are a few of us survivors, but we know old tunnels that the cultists cannot yet find. Eric will lead half the group through the reliquary. I will lead the others through the tomb vaults. We stay ahead of the slavering one's men, whose minds fester with gnawing devotion to a demon whose name I dare not speak. We are caught, and denied us the nepenthe of a swift death. Instead, they perform rites on us. One of us, they say, one of us will be host. I am the leader. This should be my curse, but Eric, he brims with the potential greater than my own. In the depths of despair, I change. I offer him over me. What have I done?
You're on, Chemix Cow. Take care. One of the things that a lot of writers enjoy, and a lot of readers, I suppose, as well, enjoy, is having the good guy push up against the bad guys, right? In other words, it's the idea that you're not just fighting the bad guys, but also your own organization. It's usually referred to as the man. You've got the evil incompetent admirals, or the evil corporate executive, or the evil manager, the governor, or the chief of police. You get the general idea. It's the same general concept. So it's a very, very common thing to want there to be an antagonistic force that's actually part of the same organization as the heroes, so the heroes have something to push against other than the bad guys. This is one of the reasons why the Federation actually makes no sense in lore over in Star Trek. Is because it was a consistent desire of the writers, especially back in TOS and early TNG, to have the Federation be the antagonists for the main characters of Kirk, Spock, and Picard. I don't know why I added Spock there, but you know, Kirk and Picard.
Disappointing!
That's why in Rogue One, one of the things that the main characters had to fight against was the Rebel Alliance. I say fight against it. It was a bit token, but it was still there. It's the same exact desire. Ooh, there. It's just near his attack animation's literally faster. Yes, I did know that, but... And by God, she plays evil well, doesn't she? Yeah, TOS actually had an entire episode, which, in addition to being a pretty bad episode, was focused entirely on the idea of
Located extra stairs.
old, corrupt military and an entrenched and corrupt system, which was thrown out the door pretty much the next episode, but it's there. Yeah, I think it's just the animation's faster. Like, even the run feels faster, but it might be gnome effect, you know? Sorry, I should explain that to anybody who doesn't play WoW.
I must bring this back to the resilient.
In World of Warcraft, you can play a lot of races. Some of those races are noticeably smaller or larger than other races. I should mention all races move at the exact same speed, which is, in game terms, it's speed 100%. But gnomes are animated very fast and you're far close to the ground, so you feel like you're going faster. You're not. Just like as on Tauren, you're not going slower.
We cannot progress with this profane force.
Peekaboo.
Flesh-bound meddlers! You're false!
Yeah, exactly, Matterblade. And you'll notice that does continue over into TNG, and then actually arguably gets worse over in DS9.
Shall never be thwarted.
Happy to see you.
We cannot break
The
that.
problem is, while there's an obvious appeal to such a thing, I'm still answering Mr. Red's question. He's probably long since stopped by. While there's an obvious appeal to that, it's actually really, really easy to screw up. At a certain point in time, it gets less and less believable that the heroes are still willingly working for this organization that's so overtly corrupt or evil or structural systemic problems or whatever. I mean, there's a reason James Raynor left the Confederacy and then left the Sons of Korhal, right? Because in both cases it was like, alright, no, this is unacceptable. Excellent kill, my brother. I enjoyed Vanquish. I'm gonna say no, but not because I didn't like it, just because I only played it like the one time. It didn't make much of an impression on me.
Altar is rubble.
Yeah, like even his attack animations make it feel like he's attacking faster. But I think I'm just kidding myself, you know.
Load up.
Here's a random question. Which came first, the chainsword in Warhammer 40k, or the chainsword in Gears of War? I assume it's 40k, but I've never actually looked into it.
Good to go.
Actually, yeah, Mr. Red. Oh, sorry. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to get a nice shot for you guys to look at. Enjoy the spectacle. I'll be right back.
Fresh cartridge.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They came from behind. Amazing Sister has made extremely good carrot cake.
Let us drop in and give
She insisted that I both see it and try it. This is the sound of me not being bothered by that fact. Well, yeah, no, exactly, Mr. Ed. Like, I mean, I almost feel silly for even commenting on it because we've been talking about how dumb the HVA is for years at this point. Literal years. On this show, on this very channel, the HVA being dumb is a years-old topic. The Codex abides the carrot cake. Thank you very much. But it's one of the reasons why in the Warcraft rewrite, I want to have Horde versus Alliance conflict without it being the HVA. Okay, you guys. Yeah. Just run over you.
Protection waits!
break that damn thing apart!
Oh, I bet, Bragon. I do hope you'll share pictures. I know I don't always comment on them, but I always love them.
Destroy.
Too bad we cannot stay to watch the carnage.
Advance to the cathedral.
Right, you are correct, Evan. So, first of all, personally, as a writer, I have no interest in writing yet another evil, corrupt organization. Number 700,362.5. So that's the first thing. As a writer, there's just nothing interesting about that. If you remember, even the Hegemony, which is the bad guy faction within the extant, aren't particularly bad, and arguably are more good than most good factions are in most fiction. But that's all on purpose. That's just how I write. There's a relative lack of positive fiction in the universe, I've noticed. Especially among sci-fi.
Xenos did not waste any time dropping in.
Let us hope the heretics and the Xenos decimate each other.
The second reason is people being generally good aligned is literally the central pillar of the entire setting. We've talked a lot before about one of the most basic 101 pieces of advice I give to people who are starting writing is find something that interests you and then work out from there. For me, the thing that interested me was an idea where people aren't scum. Where people are just decent folk instead of being, garbage, vicious, or greedy, or short-sighted, or stupid, or whatever. So that was the original central pillar of the entire setting. Luthor may be amused to note that once upon a time, another central pillar of the setting was continuity. For literal years, I could say that everything I wrote existed within the same continuity. I actually can't say that anymore, like I'm already past that barrier.
So many enemies, so little time.
Kinda, yeah, Lord Hermon. Granted, predating MLP by a couple decades, but still.
Closing the gap.
That's a good point. I need to make sure to make the Adventures of Johnny McEasycock canon within the next time.
My range.
And you go.
Savor every wielder of warp magic I slay.
Gotcha.
Not one screaming for help. Silence! That's all you got for suddenly at a demon's teeth.
I love the blood bag enemies.
What needs grappling?
These guys. Just run into them.
A spearman! Snap it!
Range. Sounds familiar, but I'm gonna say no.
We have silenced their request for aid!
Classified. Heresy contained.
Really wish I had a quicker cooldown on my grapple. How do I define positive fiction? It's actually extremely easy to define. Alright, so there's a politician. And the politician is up on a stand saying, we need to help take care of the children. Now, if it's negative fiction, there's some scumsucker or are actively manipulating, or they're lying, or they're just trying to stir up crap, or whatever, right? If it's positive fiction, they mean it. Negative fiction, as I define it, and this is my terminology, starts with a very, very basic concept at its absolute foundation. Underneath all the other things and tropes and concepts in writing, at the very foundation of the writing is the principle that humans are innately bad people. And if you hear something about someone, you automatically assume that it's wrong, bad, evil, selfish, greedy, stupid. Hurt. Oh, I can't move! I can't move! Oh my god! Actually got stun locked in that nonsense. Well, Grand Theft Auto is honestly a bit of an extreme. As I pointed out before, GTA, the HD version at least, is a world which is totally lacking in empathy. Everyone is completely selfish and self-centered. Negative fiction to the extreme.
What needs grappling?
Honestly, even Warhammer 40k has more empathy in it than GTA, which is really sad when you think about it.
One down. Trillions to go.
Actually, yeah, Uthor. Good example. In this very game we're playing right now. I can't wear an item. I still have the stupid gene seed on me. I mean, the holy gene seed that matters a lot to someone somewhere.
Self-triaging.
Ordnance on me. What is the holdup?
Why can't I see the party, by the way? I could last time, but I can't see party all of a sudden.
Descending. Watch your cover stones.
Yeah, I will admit it could be argued there's decent people in GTA. It's a debate. And the mere fact that it's a debate says everything, really. Ah, there it is.
The lift is out.
Got it.
Controls unresponsive.
We must capture those components to restart the lift.
Using that spine anyways. Gotta love the elevator. This is actually our third, I want to say, elevator fight, something like that. We've had a few. There's also Hold the Line fights. We've had a bunch of those.
Countdown sequence.
There is a countdown. It is waiting for something. Find another control box.
Let's do it.
Lift controls restored.
I would still debate that, but I do agree, as I suppose I already said, that it is a debate. I mean, that suits Tolkien's worldview, too, from what I understand. Granted, I'm not a Tolkien, what do they call that? Tolkien expert. Someone who studies Tolkien for a living. Which I continue to be amused as an actual, real profession that people make money doing. warp you.
Riding on you to advance!
Fresh cut.
Do not get turned around!
Waste nothing, brothers.
The lift descends again. Blasphemous curve. Hook available.
Here's the problem with the teleporter. There's no such thing as a stealth teleporter. Yeah, I'm beaming in really loud, really obvious. Brothers, I'm seeing things within the warp. I don't know what to make of this visage. I understand now. I understand. I must kill Loke at any cost. Oh, sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay, brother.
The warp's tendrils creep through here.
Rip the rot up by the roots.
Fill up on steam. The Imperium provides.
Well, congrats to that guy, Udor.
Identified warp-enabled puppet encountered. Indexing data.
Summon all your courage, brothers, for we face a demon host.
The demon thing is tethered to more altars.
We can enlighten you, sons of Gideon. See how your corpse emperor flagellates mankind with the lashes of a failed legacy. Join us and be free of his flesh and his lies.
Gotta admit, that's a hell of a sentence. Your corpse emperor flagellates mankind with a failed legacy of lies. That's just... wow.
The demon host.
Someone spent some time on that one.
I never found monument full.
Demon is taking a shot at us.
And unwound that which rends me, sets me free.
Severing its vikings.
Ceaseless chatter, screams and fear,
Returning fire.
I must kill everything for the greater good. Die, monsters. Die. What? I'm okay. Because I've given into the chaos twice in this mission does not mean there's anything wrong with me. You do not need to report this to the Inquisition.
senses your basest desires.
Fire incoming!
Of their banality.
That was pretty cool. So unfortunately, I do not know Brandon Sanders.
Maintain control here.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a binary thing, Mr. Wright.
Throw fire at us!
As with most things, it's a scale, meaning one way or the other. Can't I... Like, if I told you right now that the Prime Minister of Britain is doing everything in their power to try and improve the economic situation for everyday people and get rid of most of the ultra-rich in the United Kingdom, would you believe that?
Brace for demonic bombardment.
That is the point. Metal Gear Solid is fairly definitively negative. Again, it's a gradient, but it's definitely on that side of the scale. Come here, boys. Come here. You know what? You know what? No! Why did it target this jackass back here? You cost me my cooldown! You're all dead now! I suppose you were already dead, but now you're dying sooner, which might have been what you wanted, now that I think about it? You know, hang on, whatever. Just die.
Tactics and the demon combatant back to its plane of origin.
You destroyed only flesh, nothing more. I will stalk you all your pitiful days.
Demon host dismount. Empty threats logged.
Meh. Victory for the Emperors. Redacted. 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 What in the world? I've never done a deep dive on Thatcher. I had to do a deep dive on her counterpart in the States. Well, I think I did some damage. And contributed at least a little bit. Woo! Chainsword got a mastery point. Well, again, I haven't done a deep dive on Thatcher. Reagan was awful, though. Just terrible. I have done a deep dive on him. That was a monster. Alright, so, let's see. New chainsword. Okay. Unlock it, whatever. So we can increase strength and nothing else, or slightly increase strength, increase cleaving potential, but reduce block. What's cleaving potential? I don't remember Xenoblade 2 well enough to answer. Sorry, I should say I don't remember Xenoblade well enough to answer. There's the queen. Ah, there we go. That person needs mental health. Okay. He would be sent to a facility where he would be taken care of in order to try and, help him be a better person. He would not be allowed in greater society. Let's go with this. nice. It's one of the first talents I've seen that actually looks worth a damn. It is a democracy, yeah. It is an informed elective, which I made up that word or that phrase because I've never seen it used in real life. It's more or less exactly what it sounds like, though. Alright, so I want to try a bulwark next. So we've got a plasma pistol. Or a neo-volkite, which I don't even know what that is. So we're going to use that by sheer virtue of the fact that I don't know what that is. And... what's this? Sure, whatever. Like I said, Draxia. Switch to this thing. Oh, perk is apparently... oh no, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. Well, the Emperor, my brothers. More or less, Gumbo. Obviously, there's certain things you just can't get rid of. Nice, nice cape to put on. Interesting front, but I love that cape.
Primary in focus.
Alright, so let's go and grab the next mission, which is 4 now, I want to say, yep. One of the weirdest things I had to learn as I grew up is that nothing is really binary. Even the statement I just made isn't true, because there's actually a gradient to that too, because some things are binary. But in the overwhelming majority of things, there's no such thing as binary. Like this, that's not a binary thing I just did. That's not an instantaneous thing I just did. You slow this down enough, you'll see a whole lot of little reactions that then lead to the actual sound. That sounds like it happened instantaneously, but didn't. I know that's just kind of getting into the weeds, but it's interesting to think about when it comes to other things, more complex things, people. A foe without honor is a foe already beaten. A foe... look at this too together. A foe who forgot to take his pills at lunch is a foe who is already beaten. So are people allowed to lie in the extant? I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't they?
The Thousand Suns erected a warp beacon on Demerium. It is calling every warp fiend in the Immaterium to join the fight. The enemy seek to capture Project Aurora. We must not let them. Sever the Heretics portal and cut them off from reinforcement. Your success will decide whether this is a war of days or months. See it done.
Make haste. Lest more of our honorable dead are
I was
destroyed.
gonna say, that looks a lot like a Titan. Yeah, there's the feet down there. Wow, we got a whole farming device in here. Sorry. Death to graves.
Another adversary falls to our
Inserting round.
strategy.
Oh, nice, you do. So what's my Q button
I see
here?
an entrance
I guess I
along
can
that
hit
road
this.
face, where the heretics broke
What doesn't
through.
say? Oh, there it is. Press Q to deploy a banner that restores armor to nearby squad members. Okay. How did you know I was going to ask that, game? Whoops. Oh, a politician's allowed to lie all they want, but the thing is, the records will show what they actually do. So let me put to you a hypothetical. Let's say you're a politician, a lord, if you will, of the Haramont clan. And you decide to go ahead and say, I'm in favor of adding more peaches to fruit salads. And then when you actually get into office, you start pushing very hard for removing how many peaches are in office. So people, of course, will know that you said that. You may even continue to push for that. But the record will show that you have been against that, because what you weigh in on and what committees you sit on and how you vote is a part of public record. So anyone in the future could double check that record and be like, oh hey, he's a lying sack of crap.
Follow me through.
It is also something that people will be able to look up when voting for you in the next election. Nice.
The way out is barred.
I was gonna say, everything I just said is actually very possible in real life. It's just you have to go out of your way to do it. Really, what amuses me so much is I have been actually called radical for the way I would do elections, the informed election idea. You can do that now. The only thing I posit is adding a bit of an interface to the actual election devices themselves. That's it. Good afternoon, Evo. Oh, the Emperor.
Waste nothing, brothers.
Okay.
Where shall I plant this flag? The system appears offline. A fresh fusion core should suffice.
The tomb servitors may have a replacement.
Excellent. You should probably rest. Like, if you have any big plans for the rest of the night, you're going to be rested up. You want to be rested up for them, aren't you?
No fusion core here.
Give me your fusion core. I mean, that you joke, Mad Overlord, but that really is something that I've been accused of for that exact reason. But then again, some people do prefer and just having a dictator involved, and I understand the appeal of that. Really.
My mind is steeled with this grotesque Our adversary with our pearls will gain no further portion.
Double check if you have to.
I don't know, I'm not liking the shield as much as I thought I would. Well, we are slaughtering the heretics left and right, though. In the name of Empress Evo. No, it would be Empress Iliani, wouldn't it? For the Grand
Fusion core here.
Empress. The original one back in Nintendo Power to Quack, or the one they came out with like a couple years ago? Yes and no, respectively.
Reloading.
No, it's okay, Lord Harmon. That's what people do. That's normal. It's called Contrarianism. One of the most common tactics might not be the right word. One of the most common instincts for every writer ever is to look at a setting that has, you know, rule A and say, but it's wrong, and immediately come up with an idea that contradicts it. You know, trying to dissect the story.
Unseal this tomb.
Consecration seals in place. Breach of seals granted only in the event of reinterment. Authorization necessary. I, Captain Akaran, authorize the reinterment of the honored dead off-world. Authorization confirmed. Captain Akaran.
Interesting weapon.
Dispatching attendants to locate the remains.
Here to serve. Follow, Minister.
Yeah, exactly, Lord Emma. The problem is, that kind of contrarianism is actually really bad for storytelling when left unchecked, is what I want to call that. Some changes to the way things work and function, yeah. Completely upending the very nature of how the setting works.
Scanning casket now.
Pathological stubbornness. 3 ranged attack action on your squad and improving your quality yourself. Psi powers, pyro, and self-protection. Nice. Yeah, we gotta do the burial rites, because
Evaluating sarcophagus. Interred remains slumber in peaceful rest.
let me give you an example of how it doesn't work, Lorcan.
Subject does not meet required parameters. Restarting search.
Someone once wanted to do a short story set within the extant, which established the idea that the absolute truth doesn't exist. That would destroy the entire setting, and is contrary to one of the fundamentals of the entire setting. So, no. I stepped down on that pretty hard. They eventually gave up. I never actually wrote the story.
Records redacted by order of the Holy Inquisition. Resuming search.
Oh my god, frickin' Inquisition. Oh, hello. Justice is just math. Revenge is, I hurt, therefore I'm going to hurt you. It's pretty easy to tell the two apart. Vengeance is disproportionate. His Royal Imperial Majesty's most holy position.
To be remembered in death is the reward of a life well spent. Scanning sarcophagus. Candidate found. Exhumation and relocation may commence, Minister.
By the machine god's will, let it be done. This tomb's rest ends. Consecration seals unbound.
Rally to the console, so we may pass through the tombs.
Listen, there's only 2 kinds of fascists in this world. Living and dead! Sorry. But yeah, so... and yeah, I love this. I love the way they do the religious tech. I know it's just kind of the thing of the whole setting, but they've been doing a good job of showcasing it in this game in particular.
There is no going back.
Yeah, I think you told me about that once, Eva. The idea that certain settings have to have a conceit, and it's... I call it a fundament, but it's the same concept. It's the thing that's the absolute... bedrock. At the very, 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 very bottom of a setting. It's the stuff you don't change. Right? Foundation. Good work, Logan. Good work.
The Emperor's grace smites.
For the Emperor to quack! Wait, sorry, what? Sorry. I couldn't hear you over me joining the Emperor in killing all the Xenos. The Federation has no identity. I'm just gonna be real about that. The Federation is a loose... I want that sense back. The Federation is about 15 different writers, different interpretations of the United States in space. I don't want to sound dismissive, but I've studied Star Trek entirely too much in my life. Trust me when I say, there is no Federation. There is no unified thing that is the Federation. In some cases, it changes on an episode-to-episode basis. Actually, yeah, another good example, Lord Emma. I mean, I don't really want to serve Tarkin, because he's the most evil jackass in the setting. If you want to serve Tarkin, that's up to you, Zactef. Yeah, I need Zactef assassinated immediately. Yep, he wants to serve Tarkin. Uh-huh. Yep, okay. Alright, how do I miss him?
We must move as one.
Yeah, the Federation is also military and also not, but is also communistic, but also isn't. Has a Federation Council and a President. Neither role is defined at all. The military barely operates the way a military does.
That Helldrake has us in its sights.
The demon engine believes it has the advantage.
Fear not.
Balefire incineration inflicts significant damage.
I feel like there's a dreadnought that has that. I feel like we have a dreadnought with that demon's name on it.
Get behind it.
Well, see, that is actually a really good question, Lord Hammer, because some franchises have been around for so long that arguably they don't have a core. I can actually think of an example of that right off the top of my head. Star Wars. What the hell's the core of Star Wars?
Hold fast, brothers.
Hostile flavor assault underway.
Stand the heat and keep moving. Send the spearmen.
Space Wizardry. Thor says hello.
Comes around for another pass.
The demon engine engages with flame. Move on.
Reviving Palpatine. You know what? I can't even argue that one. I'm kind of mad about it. I'm sorry. Did their bodies just explode?
Administering stings.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear. The bodies did in fact explode. Yeah, that says something, doesn't it, Zactav? I've always felt that that was a deliberate choice in the Clone Wars show to kind of to show how Anakin is Anakin. Anakin getting along with Tarkin says a lot. I'm sorry. Dragon Age? If you remember, we talked about that, actually. And I posited at the time that it was the Grey Wardens. That's also why I suggested the name Grey Wardens for the franchise name instead of just Dragon Age.
Launching crack grenade.
Having said that, I don't know. I think the thing that is more... Okay, so, hang on. You said Dragon Age Origins specifically.
I resemble a foe. No.
It's actually harder. If you meant Dragon Age in general, I could answer that pretty easily. It's the way the magic works. The Fade. The Fade, demons, possession, blood magic, Chantry, all the things to do with the magic of that setting are what I would call fundaments of Dragon Age.
Trouble thinking, seeing straight.
explode! Hey, Evo, hey, Evo. Watch this, watch this. Up. They're like balloons. Filled with jam.
Any available cover.
Pop. It's like...
The Helldrake lines us up for a shot.
You ever get bubble wrap? And just sit there popping the bubble wrap? That's what it is.
Balefire barrage imminent.
It divides us with balefire barriers.
Oh my god, Uthor.
Demon engine inbound.
Warp flame incoming.
I'm sorry. What? How did she come up, Zektaft? I must have missed it. So many heretics here, Zektaft. I can only pay attention to so much.
Arrogance and ambition.
Take cover.
You know what? I'm going to stick with my answer, even though I said it for Dragon Age as a whole. I think even Dragon Age Origins' biggest fundament is the way magic works. Magic, the Fade, spirits, blood magic, the Chantry. All the stuff connected to that. As for Warcraft, ironically, Warcraft's biggest theme is probably progressiveness. I know that sounds like a strange thing, but the Warcraft setting's all about how things, you know, have sucked for a very long time. And they've been getting dragged into getting better, inch by bloody inch, over the course of Warcraft 1. War Within.
Eagerly, we await this stratagem.
I mean, we were talking about that during the WoW run, if you remember.
Pristine order.
Sorry.
A sign appears upon the glass.
Praise be to the Omnissiah. Interact with corresponding sigil to perform cleanse.
Okay.
Plan successful.
Cleansing rites successful. Your deeds will be immortalized in the archives.
Unlikely, but thanks for the thought, I guess.
Onto the Helldrake. Things found.
And yeah, funnily enough, although it depends on interpretation, even the Darkspawn are a consequence of the Fade.
The Helldrake will die to defend the warp beacon. Choose your shots wisely. Its warp-twisted plating is incredibly strong.
Sweet. So to continue my earlier statement, Lord Harriman, when you were like, I just want to rip the X-down apart. Imagine looking at Dragon Age and saying, yeah, the Fade's fake.
Sanctified weaponry preferred.
There's no such thing as the Fade.
Warp beacon sight. Might as well be tossing nutrients.
Lankai will improve our tactical...
None. Go. No one's above the law.
Highest bombardment incoming. Avoid Helldrake assault. The ritual must be precisely observed.
Yes, but it doesn't exist, Lord Harriman. There is no Fade.
The seals have re-illuminated.
Oh my gosh. Illusions. Die, illusions.
Now we must survive until the relics activate.
Diplomatic community is different, and it has nothing to do.
The altars are communing with St. Lankai.
Powerful relics indeed.
You get my point, right, Lord Hermon?
It seeks to cleave us!
I am coming, my brother.
Saint Nankai's relics were known to stave off warmth. Damned warp carapace. Our boats do not even leave scuff marks.
Err on the side of efficiency.
They cover from the signs correspond perfectly.
Oh, jeez.
Symbol correlation confirmed.
Whoops. God dang it.
Saint Nankai's relics are working. The Helldrake is down!
Actually, that's a great that's an even better example of the Dragon Age. Should have thought of that.
Collapsed. Excellent work, squad.
Because I've seen the exact same stuff. MLP, but everyone's actually evil. What if MLP was secretly horrific? Even if the story is good, you like it's not MLP at that point. You grimdark MLP. Oh, I know what you thought. Hey, I did some damage. Woo! I contributed barely. I'm never playing Vanguard again. I didn't like that. Bulwark, excuse me. My little Boney. Whenever you're fired. So what? What? Oh, that's funny. I need to remind someone to go install something. No, I believe it, Udor. So, sniper, huh? We're stuck with the combat knife. Okay. Oh, hey, I've got a cloak. A tattered rag I carry behind me. That was mission. Oh, we're back to the different booths. Cloak calls to me, my brothers. I mean, yeah, obviously. Duh, as they say. What? I don't know what these are. They cost purple things, which I of course don't have. Doesn't even say what they are. What are these? Well, those are collectibles for those. I did know about. Go away.
Rally at coordinates.
Oh, and here's our talents. This isn't irritating at all. To manually grab all these rewards from doing stuff. Yeah, any chance for an accept all button? Okay, so they all cost the same. What is this? Something that's so big it's hitting the depth of field of the camera. The largest void craft operated by most Space Marine chapters are the battle barges, of which few Adeptus Astartes brotherhoods boast more than 3. Equivalent in power to many classes of Imperial Navy battleships, and configured to support planetary landings, these immense vessels support colossal dorsal-mounted bombardment cannons, macro cannons, fusion beams, and even exterminatus-grade weaponry. Additionally, they can deploy hundreds of Space Marines and their supporting vehicles simultaneously. Interesting. The Lehman Russ. Core battle tank of the Imperial Guard, forming the spearhead of countless armored attacks. Those enemies that do not fall to the bombardment of their cannons or numerous hull-mounted guns are crushed mercilessly beneath the heavy treads. The Baneblade. More rolling fortress than vehicle, Baneblade super heavy tanks are possessive of overwhelming firepower. Whenever a Baneblade sees battle, it becomes the center of the battle line. Imperial Guardsmen and even smaller tanks sheltering in its lee, as its enormous primary cannon and other numerous guns pulverize the foe. Where do they get the ammo for these things? A relatively young man, Luz has experienced a meteoric rise in the Adeptus Mechanicus. Though he was assigned to assist Nozick with the Aurora project, Nozick keeps Luz at a distance, giving him trivial tasks and keeping him out of the way as much as possible, likely due to a belief that the project's intricacies are beyond his capabilities. Luz chafes under this artificially imposed limitation to his own ambitions, and pursues his own studies into the mysteries of the galaxy, regardless of his superior's opinion or the consequences of his actions. Dun, 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 dun. Interesting. No, not at all. In fact, the Empire predates my awareness of Starship Troopers existing. The Valkyrie. Well armed and heavily armored, Valkyries are agile carrier gunships with experienced crews. Their pilots weave them through enemy fighters and ground fire to deliver their payload of soldiers, dropping them from high altitude via grav chutes or hovering at lower levels while the troops jump out to storm the landing zone. The vast emptiness of space is no barrier to the Tyranid's all-encompassing hunger. Each hive fleet consists of countless bioships, enormous space-swimming creatures whose grotesque forms are endless in diversity and function. No bioship is truly a single organism, rather each is a composite of dozens, if not hundreds of different creatures. Every part, organ, and extremity is specifically designed to symbiotic bioconstruct operating under the single, unified consciousness of the bioship itself. And rudder currency now. And yeah, I didn't see a call. Don't worry, we're gonna go kill a whole bunch of bioships. So I guess we already did. We've moved on from bioships. We got bigger fish to fry. Like chaos! Time has come, my brothers, to kill chaos. Actually, yeah, Lord Aramon. Unironically. Also, weirdly enough, mental health issues. And the heart, aka the soul. Mechanism, I restore thy spirit. Let the god machine breathe half-life into thy veins and render thee functional. Let's see. Belisarius Call. Yeah, that looks like a tech priest.
Our path to Aurora is marred by the Thousand Suns Silver Tower. We do not have any ordnance on Temerium that can destroy it. Our best available tactic requires an ancient battle barge in the Mechanicus compound that is undergoing restoration.
If I might be so bold as to interject, Lord Titus, that battle barge dates back to the Great Crusade. It is a sacred relic, filled with ancient splendor, brimming with power undimmed.
Noted, Artisan Balthazar. I am authorizing Talassa to commandeer the battle barge for the duration of this conflict. It will then be returned to your care.
Very well. But you will need my assistance in placating such an ancient machine spirit.
Assist the Adeptus Mechanicus in launch preparations and await our targeting guidance, Talassa. We should be on the ground shortly. Make sure that battle barge is ready.
Consider it done, Lieutenant.
Look. We will return it to his care after we're done with it.
Interesting. Weapon schematics.
I mean, by definition, aren't Space Marines all transhuman? Post-human, or whatever you want to call that. Like, all of them.
Minimal sightlines down here.
It's okay, Evo. I'm killing them with a knife now.
The spearman is merely a beast for us to put down.
Can't you tell?
What are but lies?
I mean, they're not lies. In fact, they're actually quite truthful. That's not really the problem, is it? No, apparently the Space Marines are all male because nobody was buying the female toys back
All
then.
you can carry.
Yeah, I noticed I have a really small magazine. Yeah, that's why I stalled in that Hooth. I was like, it's not like a typical thing like a flip. There are no flips. Apparently, yes, Evo. And not counting the Sisters of Battle, that's different. Sisters of Battle are still around, although we haven't seen a lot of them. Yeah, I'll go grab that. Drill.
Scions of treachery fall like blighted fruit. Eliminate that Zangor spearman! Their failure was the only outcome.
Ah! Nice kill move, Chathon. I mean, my brother. We can't have females, okay? That would be too woke.
Munitions here! Gather on my mark.
You park
The battle lies ahead.
I mean, I'm just waiting for a proper...
ammunition here.
For a proper, Sisters of Battle game. Again, we've apparently had 2 of those. And one of which they were just a faction. Dawn of War or Soulstorm.
Calibrate your aim. It is difficult to truly...
That's true, they couldn't possibly add a new line of brand new Space Marines or anything. Secondaris or something like that.
Fastest way to get the battle barge airborne.
Follow me. Heretical scum have been relentless in their attempts to
Oh, hello. My beloved. Oh, God, I hope not blanked at all. Because, yeah, here's the interesting question. Do you trust Games Workshop to do a reasonable and actually mature take on female Space Marines?
See the Emperor's light, dark devotee.
No, I shouldn't even use the mature word. Because most people, when they say mature, what they mean is juvenile. Look at the size of that ship. What I mean is, do you think they could do a good job of it? Let's just put that as simply as possible.
faith in madness is the seed of death.
My brother. Brother from another mother. That would almost be funny. Like, it wouldn't be funny, but, like, picture this, okay? So they come up with this really cool... It doesn't even matter what it is. They come up with this very cool way to introduce female space marines. Like, alright, cool, we got this. And then some dude in a suit's like, well, hang on. What if we completely ruined this? And the person who designed the story is like, what? But no, like, this will be really cool. We could sell new toys, we can make new money. Well, yeah, we could make new money, and that's neat and all, but, like, we could ruin it all instead. How about we ruin it? Do that. Okay.
I remember the phone. No.
Exactly my Falkenstein. That is pretty much exactly my point. My brother. God, these things are huge. Consider how tall we are, and we come up to this thing's waist.
Your aim's right, my brother.
That's happened too, Lord Arma.
Proceed, brothers. Why shall we wait here? And ride into the
That's kind of what I was thinking too, Linnea.
forces from following you.
Our brethren barricaded this entrance to stall any attackers. Commune with the crane and engage it to remove the obstructions.
Oh, great crane. Please lift this heavy thing. 360 verses. Put the oil on it. Tap it 3 times, and then do a counterclockwise punch once.
Proceed to checkpoint. The controls are sluggish but functional. Heretics detected. Not a lot of good angles here, but I will make it work.
I figured that was just based on context too. I'm with it. What's the issue? I'm out a little bit for a second. No, I continue to be with it. I even like the outfit. Helmet needs some work, not gonna lie. See, that's just funny at that point, Lord Aramon. Although I'm not sure that belongs in Warhammer 40k. Now, in Ratchet and Clank, well, I don't know.
Could prove useful.
Crane is finished moving the planet.
You are nearing the vessel's site, Talassa. Ensure nothing further impedes your progress.
I mean, honestly, Space Marine 1 and 2 both have had completely badass female guardsmen. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, it's just interesting.
Another heretic dies glimpsing the truth. Their dark gods are but lies.
But they're not lies. They speak the truth to me. They speak the truth in dark dreams. cotton candy rainbows. Pluck the eyes in the Skittleverse.
I am not target practice.
Sorry. Ah! Is that a, oh god, what are they called? Person who shoots people to raise morale. I think what that's actually called also.
Arch enemy's minions have been brought to heel. Do not waste time. Rally.
Commissar, there we go, thank you.
Take all you can carry. Picking up equipment.
What?
Ready for next encounter. Ammunition restocked.
Oh, so she's a step up from Commissars. Not bad. Even better.
Scions and treachery fall like blighted
This Xenos geometry, these cardinals. We will report it to the Ordo Xenos. Continue with the mission.
Hey guys, what's with these,
We will put the arch enemy in our...
Ah! Okay, okay. I'm trying to make a joke, and this guy's like, I'm gonna ruin your joke.
died as they lived, in blind damnation.
Also, I love how Loke was so busy correcting me on that he was basically letting me die. And I just want to picture that situation. Like, imagine we're in a battle thing, and I'm like, oh my god, Luke, that Romulan over there is trying to shoot us. And Luke's like, no, Lore, that's actually a Vulcan. See, Vulcans are actually a biologically different offshoot of Romulans, or vice versa, depending on who you ask. See, back in the day, there was this whole thing, and the whole time I'm getting stabbed, like, Luke, help! This is a third-person action warfare.
Them, not me! Load up!
So I don't mean anything by the look. I just thought it was funny. Because I happened to notice you were standing there while that guy was stun-locking the hell out of me. What was that anyway? It's like a scarab guy or something? It was a Chaos Lord with a scythe weapon. Chaos Lord? Excuse me, Chaos Guard. The Eye of Terror.
Medical ward.
One of my favorite vacation spots.
Behold!
Yeah, you know what? That's valid. That's valid. Oh god, please save me, Linerith. Linerith is like, no, I'm not gonna save you.
This has touched death.
Not until you admit that I'm right. You're right, Linerith, please. Yeah, we're getting there, Warp Core. Just in time for the queue to get bigger again.
Captain Akaran, your Ultramarines are late.
I can't win.
Attack and need reinforcements.
We are on the final approach.
Make haste, lest your tardiness lead to the harm of our blessed vessel.
I mean, the Resident Evil block is pretty close. Gothic 1 is pretty close. Kingdom Hearts 1 is coming up. And I'm probably moving sometime in the next universe. And Oh, that's always frustrating, isn't it?
Precisely what we needed.
Sorry, 30k, my bad. That is always frustrating, even speaking personally. This thing you care about the most and pour your heart and effort into is almost guaranteed not to be the actual most popular thing. I've talked about this phenomenon before. It mostly hits musicians. A lot of musicians and composers throw away like some random song in 5 minutes to make ends meet. And it becomes this super incredible popular thing that everyone loves, and you're just like, but what about this other song? That's alright.
Heretics approaching. Stock up.
Hello.
The Sword of Atreus crashed here around 4,000 years ago. What caused the Imperium to discover its resting place only recently? I ask this out of curiosity, for knowledge and the preservation of intent. I am unable to locate any prior records or mission logs surrounding the ship. Until I can find more from the latent machine spirit's trace memories, I will learn no more. The evidence of Xenos glyphs makes the mystery feel more foreboding. So, I shall probe further.
I think I just shot between his legs. I mean, honestly, yeah, I would say that Captain Titus's deal... Excuse me, Lieutenant Titus's deal, other than the fact that he's the PC, is he's probably a chosen, and he's probably at least one step in the door of being a psyker. That's if it's written well. If it's not, it's because we're the PC. No explanation given. Which, I mean, let's be honest, that happens. Hey, Jim.
A pile of dead turncoats makes for a glorious day.
Do the Marines know we're not permanently killing the Chaos? Probably not, actually, J. Palmer. We've got plenty of missions left. We'll finish tomorrow first shift. My brother!
Happy to oblige.
Die! Enemies of the Imperium!
More to the right, more to the right, okay. Let's all deal with this.
Sorcery! The sword will pull the fire!
Who's the League of Votan? So you remember how earlier we were saying, what if Warcraft was unironically always orcs versus humans? One of the people in my comments section flat out stated that Warhammer 40k is always about humans versus other humans. In other words, Space Marines versus Chaos, and should remain that way.
Sons of madness and the minions of the arch enemy are no more.
And a good performance noted, Talassa. I have opened the gates. The cogitations are clear. We cannot preserve this blessed vehicle with such a meager number of troops.
Talassa is not there to provide you with protection. They are there to prepare that battle barge for flight.
It couldn't possibly break free of Demarium's gravity in its present condition.
We only require require that it reach the enemy vessel and destroy it.
I had thought you Astartes would possess the requisite appreciation of a vessel such as this, and its importance to the Imperium.
If you wish to preserve that barge at the expense of Project Aurora, the Fabricator General shall be notified.
We will comply. But the Omnicide...
The engine should provide sufficient lift, but the vessel's fusion batteries are fully depleted. There's no charge to start the ship's reactor.
There must be a solution to this fuel issue.
There is a fusion battery unit we could use to awaken the reactor, but it too will require charging from our power plant. Those areas of the facility are compromised.
Keep payload safe. Eliminate hostiles. Understood.
Loke, did you see my message in game? If yes, you can hit O in order to respond. O is an Omega. Well, I agree. It's a weird key to hit. Yeah, a game like this. I mean, even Left 4 Dead had a really rudimentary in-game chat feature, right? Not that I want to use that. I am playing with 2 other players right now. Oh, that is a nice shot.
The fusion battery unit is in our possession.
Yeah, this game it has co-op in the campaign, and then, separate from that, has a co-op campaign.
Lead it along the tracks to the junction station.
Friendly fire is not a thing. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, I'm missing him constantly, but trust me, there's no friendly fire.
Do I resemble a foe? No!
See? Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, see?
The tracks ahead look misaligned.
There are several consoles for managing the tracks nearby. You must perform the appropriate rites of alignment to achieve the desired geometry.
Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
Surely the Ultramarines screen their recruits for reasoning and spatial awareness.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
What I like about the Necrons? Does everything answer that question? Like, honestly, Egyptian-themed space Terminators with this really, like, obsidian black and green color motif, who have all kinds of fun internecine politics. Straight up, you know, Battletech or old royal court style houses against houses kind of stuff. I mean, come on, what's not to like?
Now we can get back to
Also, and this is important, they're not gross. And that's pretty rare in this setting.
I am not target practice.
No. No, no, no. They're not gross. Blade ones don't count. It's admittedly, I never used blade ones back in the day. They do have fairly cheeky and amusing characters as well. Grossest enemy in the game? Dark Eldar. Bar none. It's lined up. What? Really, Vipris? That's funny. But yeah, Dark Eldar of the games I've played. I've played Soulstorm.
Messiah has blessed you with an abundance of power. Perhaps in the machine god's infinite wisdom, they permit the transgression you're about to commit.
Do not speak beyond your ken, Engine Seer. It does not take a Lugius to see this act of desperation.
Yeah, this... I'd make fun. But I'm just gonna keep calling them Dark Eldar and Space Marines and Imperial Guard and all the other names, you know? They can keep their land names. I'm good. For the 10 years and everyone like, huh? I would say the second grossest are Chaos. Probably Nurgle if I had to pick one. But just Chaos in general.
Active camouflage charge.
Administering stems.
The Imperium shall prevail over the ruinous powers.
How many of these jackasses are there?
A few less traitorous scions to worry about.
Yeah, pretty much. Alf? Do they eat cats? No one's gonna get that.
Scions of treachery fall like blighted fruit.
Yeah, honestly, the Tyranids aren't actually as gross as you'd think. I mean, they're not ungross, but they don't bother me that much. I agree, though. The Imperium is probably the third for me. Cherubs alone is all I need to say about that. Yeah, the Tyranids just liquefy you and throw you into the soup.
In madness is to seek
Imperium...
Charging sequence initialized. 0.01%.
Servitors, too, while we're on the subject.
Delassa, we are almost there. What is your status?
Reactor charging.
Minutes away from ignition. Hold for our signal.
precisely what we needed.
Delassa, transmitting targeting signal now.
Okay.
Could use boosting,
I like it.
but we have it.
Your data is clouded, Lieutenant. Maintain close proximity to target.
More than I thought it would, J. Palmer. Make of that what you will.
Reactor is primed for ignition. The vessel is ready. May this machine's service be forever remembered.
The Atreus is ready to launch.
Lock target now!
Routing signal data through telemetry systems.
I don't think I've gotten to heavy gunner yet on
Due to
Palmer's side.
signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
Well, I do appreciate that, Logan. But for the same reason, that's why the Dark Eldar tend to get there for me. I don't know dynasty names to quite.
The machine god's wrath. This would bring tears to my eyes if I still had them.
A heavy sacrifice of such a sacred machine. Let us hope her martyrdom is worth it.
Yep, we just jump-started a spaceship. To use as a ram. What? see any issues here. What number was that mission? That is better. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the sniper either. I mean, I like the sniper rifle, but eh. So let's try out the last class, the heavy. First, I want to see what mission that was. Fine. I agree, Hoothor, which is pathetic, considering Darktide is exclusively a co-op game. That's its shtick, as being Vermintide 3. And it failed at it. Going. I'm sorry, Darktide was an enjoyable enough game. But it fell very far below what it should have been. I'll tell you exactly what the problem with Darktide is in one simple sentence. So me and my friends played through Darktide, did each mission once, and then we put the game down, because we were done with it. It's worth noting there's not that many missions, and there is functionally no campaign at all. So, like, picture Vermintide, but worse in almost every way. That's Darktide. I admit part of my bias there against Darktide is we went straight from playing Vermintide 2, which is awesome, to playing Darktide, which was half-baked. I mean, I guess, Breakfast Sampler. It's not a bad game. It's just, alright, we're done. Hot Forge Hardwire. Actual story, holy crap. To be clear, and I want to be clear and not be facetious or exaggerative, when we played the game, there was the tutorial, and that was it. That was the story, was the tutorial. As soon as you left the tutorial, as soon as you got to co-op mode, you were done. Okay, so... Mission 6. Ballistic engine.
Good. Very good. Whoever welded these connections is worthy of high praise.
I was actually thinking about it. The odds of us covering games that have no story, that aren't NES games, is pretty much non-existent, because you gotta work at it to have no story. As weird as that sounds. Ah! The Emperor has denied me a handshake, brother. And yes, I do too, Sean. If one weapon could be said to exemplify the righteous fury of the God Emperor's wrath, it would be the Nova Cannon. You guys look badass. I look like a noob. Which makes sense. I just started playing this game yesterday.
Scans show the Tyranid numbers growing exponentially within the Hive City. Retaking those sectors is a lost cause. Bombardment from orbit risks collateral damage, so we need a more targeted approach.
That's a shot right there.
Commandeer a Nova Cannon implosive warhead from the Navy supplies in the Astra Militarum depot and deliver the payload by rail.
Yes, this is mission
Collapse
6.
the superstructure from below.
As the Codex dictates. Advance to the Militarum depot to requisition payload.
So back to Tyranids. Apparently. This is interesting, because I guess this is post-campaign? Like, we just reignited the ship, and now we're off dealing with the Tyranids on the Hive world again.
Zero Star formation seconds. We do not want to get separated.
The battle disturbs Avarax's arid
Oh,
landscape.
right.
Dust squalls can arise with little warning. If conditions obscure the path, look for the flashing guideposts.
Survey the terrain while you can.
There is, J. Paul.
Advance when it is clear.
I was gonna say, that's the second time they've screwed around with the lack of visibility thing, which I'm kind of with if they do it well. I actually have no idea, Jake Palmer. Does anyone know how the versus is in this game? Yeah, the only microtransactions I've seen are cosmetic, which is still a negative. But, like, that's the least bad, right? We've gone so far down the rabbit hole of bad microtransactions since then.
Expect deep scan.
Ability to
Survey the terrain while you can, brothers.
bubble shield. I guess that explains the halo.
Our walk here shows no signs of environmental damage.
So hang on. How likely is it in lore that these three chapters will work together on this mission? It's me, Salamander, and I forget what the other two are. Oh, nice. Help me against this guy. Oh my god. Getting cornered. Thon is Dark Templar, okay. Loke is Evil Death, as we can see.
Worst week of sandstorm since I was assigned this posting. Lost 2 good pilots and a servo hauler. A tempest swallowed them whole. Part of this forsaken rock for good. The techs scratch their heads, wondering why they get no Auspex reads anywhere in the vicinity of the hauler's last location. They'll never find the pilots or the hauler. Because they're looking in the wrong place. I know where they are. And by the time anyone figures it out, I'll be gone too. It'll say lost in a sandstorm. But I'll be out there with a hauler. Free.
Ah! Good luck, lady. You're gonna need it. become a rogue trader. Except that's not true. From what I understand, the rogue traders are like really well off.
We have secured the Militarum.
I don't know at what level, but that's what I've heard.
Activate the quartermaster's console and wait.
Yeah, sure.
Instructed to load the explosive warhead onto the train and assist it when necessary.
Gathering supplies.
Honestly, I'm sure to check out. Me too.
Open that railway vehicle's cargo.
It's the third time in the last week I've been surprised how much I'm enjoying a game.
Commencing transport protocols. Attention. Services not found. Operators required to complete the transport process.
Get off my brother! I'm the only one allowed to do that to him. Wait. See, now we gotta answer the real question. Do Space Marines have a sex drive? God, please tell me they've never answered that question. Please.
Register shipment with supply train at the transit console.
Let us assist the machine spirit brothers.
I'm operating the console.
That's actually funny, so never mind. I suppose... So, I suppose it is actually completely in lore for the Fist, the Salamanders, and the Templars to actually work together. Holy crap. My brothers!
Who will act as operator?
If you need it, there's a
Stim
health
supplies
thing right
here.
here. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you saw that before I pinged it, because I couldn't remember what the ping button was. I don't know. I see a heavy bolter, Loke, and I get urges. I'm just saying. Okay, I want you guys to know that our current objective is to use console AI, or A1, excuse me, sorry, A1. And I want you to know that I'm trying very, very hard not to make a joke about that. I already failed at it, because I literally said it wrong, but I think you get it. Yes, offshore touch gun. I managed to get all of them downloaded and all of them working. All of them added to the list. I know I haven't updated the website yet. I'm going to do it tonight because it needs to be updated for tomorrow because the Patreon post is going to go live tomorrow.
Club before it summons reinforcements. Preparing disciplinary forces.
Oh my god, you're right, Huthor. What's a machine spirit? Shut up! It's not AI. Where's that ammo crate? Because I am dry. So I don't do anything unique on the Patreon, no. No, like Patreon only videos or Patreon only streams or early access stuff.
Intercepting
Patreon is there because some of you people are awesome and want to support me in continuing to do these streams and occasionally put out videos like the rewrites. Speaking of which, thank you, all of you. Every month on the 5th, I put out a post for everybody who is a current Patreon supporter to say, hey, would you like to put that towards something, just like you could any other donation?
Lieutenant Titus.
We are sending the payload to the train terminal now.
Good. Escort the payload to the train.
Brothers, the blueprints say we can neutralize a nearby lift.
Whoops.
Brothers,
One step too early.
its course. Self-triage. Engaging elite countermeasures.
Like, Tom Cruise was cool once upon a time? He did inspire Doom. Not a joke, by the way.
We do not want to get sent.
Enhanced tactical.
Favorite disaster movie? Ooh. Think about that for a second. Same question for chat. Favorite disaster movie?
Necessary conditions to return to normal.
Humble servitors are instrumental.
Iron Halo online.
So, for me, when I go to disaster film, what I want is something as absolutely bonkers ridiculous as possible. So for me, I'm gonna go with The Day After Tomorrow. The Emmerich one.
Changing magazine.
Like, I don't want to see an actual realistic disaster in action. Those are usually very dark and very depressing. The Day After Tomorrow. No, exactly, J. Palmer. It's such a stupid film, and that's what I enjoy about it. It's kind of like 2012, honestly, and for basically the same reason. Yeah, Volcano, that's a good one, Luke. I've actually seen that, I think. That's the one with Tommy Lee Jones, right?
Adjusting more specs for close proximity.
Volcano opens up in LA. Where's the missile? Where's the missile? My brother! I do not see! Oh, there it is. Kind of. Twister kind of is a disaster movie. Very kind of. It's like a light disaster movie. Who are those pulling it? Do I want an answer to that question?
Sandstorm incoming!
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay, I got 3 melee guys on me as a gunner. I'm fine. I'm also running. No reason.
Survey the terrain well. Calibrate your aim, brother. Steady.
No. Or I had no numbers to give them. Moonfall. Now, there's a ridiculous film.
Conditions have returned to normal.
I can't explain why without spoiling, but let's just say it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, no, that actually got... You notice I decided to just bail. Just be like, alright, I'm gonna reconnect with the other group, get behind them, clear their flank, so they can cover the amount of enemies I just dragged to them. I didn't say anything out loud. I probably should have, and for that I apologize. But no, there was thought put into that. So, slight irritation. I can't dodge roll out of aiming, which is extremely irritating, because I want to. I don't want to aim and then dodge, you know. I want to aim and then dodge. Worst version of Final Fantasy II? The original NES. No question. I think Frostpunk would make a pretty good disaster movie. But it would make a much better character drama piece of eldritch horror and dark death doom.
Administering self-aid.
The Last of Us, but actually good.
This Terminus's final trick.
That is the goal, yes. I suppose I could add numbers to them. I'll have to do some research to figure out how to do that, but I'll do it.
Obstruction detected. Removal is required to commence.
Acknowledged and
That's kind of the general policy, in general, is to do things in order wherever it matters.
We are back on the move!
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the thing at the end of the mission, seeing how well I perform. People have been saying the world's going to end for literal millennia at this point. That's not a joke. A lot of really interesting and horrible stuff has happened in human history. And what usually happens is people think that's it. That's the end of the world. Hasn't been yet. Or, worse, it has been each time. Take your pick. No! No!
Seeking operator. Not found. Resuming search.
I mean, they didn't get anywhere, but yeah, it's a bummer.
Ammunition restocked.
Derailment on track 6. Request
Friendly
services to
fire
clear
wall
wreckage.
issued.
Happy May the 4th.
Medical walk.
Grab a standby. I'm out. Derailment on track 6.
Departmental Minotaur Ordnance Transfer. 3639 loading complete. Manifest updated.
Symptoms indicate the presence of toxins.
Oh god. Congrats, you're a servitor. After the war's over. Congrats.
Ammunition cache here.
You know one thing I do like about this game? There's something missing from it. We'll call it reloading. 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 Boomer. Reloading. Found some pills. Reloading. I love Left 4 Dead. I actually want to play it at least one more time in my life. But Jesus Christ, shut up.
Reduce alien bioform presence to 0.
No, I've noticed it, Dakota. That's kind of what made me think about it.
Launching frag grenade.
Rally point established.
Okay, it's not like you're aware the whole time, Dakota, right? That would be horrific.
Objective awaits. Fragmentation device in place.
Commencing force-based scan.
Conversion operational. Reminder. Priority is to cover ground as quickly as possible.
Probably after the church again. It's easier, simpler.
Preparing disciplinary report.
Stay close and sharp.
If it does, I don't know about it offshore.
Alien interloper flagged.
Am I having fun so far? Yeah. The score is actually pretty indicative. I know it's not always.
Is aboard the train, Lieutenant.
Good.
I said it earlier. 40k is best for me when I dip into it and then dip out pretty quickly.
Iron Haven ready.
The longer I sit in it, the more blood starts to drain.
Packing up equipment.
And me ammo. Remember, as Huthor pointed out earlier, ammo crates are finite on harder difficulties. Please remember your starving heavies.
Error. Engine power depleted. Initiating charging cycle. Departmental Unitorum penalties will be assessed.
A minor setback. Let us reevaluate our strategy.
Talassa, I have multiple swaps.
I can shoot through my shield, right, Huthor? Like I'm
Have their attention.
correct about
Deal with
this.
them swiftly. We will not get another shot at this.
I mean, that's the Left 4 Dead thing off the deep end. You're, like I said, games like these honestly need to be shorter, as weird as that sounds. Now, if you like the
Brothers, it's a curse.
treadmill, for lack of a better way to put it.
Are unaware they must catch a train.
Cogitating opposition. There are engines in service that may be
Defend the train! Eradicate the battle lines!
No, I figured. That's why I was trying to use it on the green spitters. I mean, took the not hydralisks.
Tyranids on the tracks! Launch train now!
Target field online.
unstable engine power detected. Emergency maintenance requested.
Crush them now! No fear!
I've never used an air fryer, but I hate the smell of it. Does that count? My brother-in-law swears by them.
Rail shift completed. Schedule conflicts detected. Changes suspended.
Schedule shits. Conflict. I don't care about the schedule right now. Oh, jeez, this is bad. These block guys are like my bane as a heavy, I've noticed. It's the only enemy I can't deal with easily. I'm gonna be easily.
Specialized bio.
Dispatches.
It's the thing that scares me. Better way to phrase that.
Motive power charged to 25%.
Maybe if it was more like detective-based. Like, maybe if it was something like, you show up at this town, right? And there's this fae that greets you. He's got a mushroom hat! For real, though, yeah, I could see the visual style working. It was the subject matter that bothered me about Franbo. Honestly, the execution was fine. Exactly.
Engines are requested to perform rites restoration.
Link your armor to the Mechanicus device. You will need to keep close proximity to the charging station until the reset is complete.
Faulted charging system.
Yeah, I'm kind of more or less literally a tank. No, not in the MMO sense. In the I'm a tank sense. Yeah, just like any good tank, I probably need some kind of, what do you call it, close arm support. I saw it. I'll support you, Brother Loke.
Deploy immediately. As you command.
Warhead outbound.
Heavy machine gun.
Detonation in 5. Brace the shockwave.
This is the more precise.
We are the fist of the Imperium, and we delivered a mighty blow.
This is the more precise solution they talked about earlier.
No Xenos bioscans. Mission successful, Talassa. Return to the battle march.
It's fine, Hudor. Honestly, I think either it's a tie between the one we just did and the ship mission, which is Operation 5. Hey, range damage. I better win that one. I didn't kill a lot. But no, that just felt, for lack of a better way to put it, that felt more polished than most of the other missions we've been doing. Not that the other missions were any way bad. I haven't thought of a negative mission yet. That was a solid one. That's not true. I didn't think of one negative mission. I forgot about that. Campaign 2. I mean, honestly, Gum Gum, can you be a horrific fascistic state without slavery? It's not even possible. Very class. That's trickier. So, let's narrow this down a bit. I didn't care for Sniper. I didn't like Bulwark at all. Vanguard was good. Assault was good. Tactical is kind of vanilla, but I still like it. So that would like Assault, Vanguard, and Heavy are probably my 3 favorites, just from a personal preference perspective. Yeah, we gotta figure out, hang on, I think I actually will switch the helmet over. Oh, I know, Fibris, and ultimately I can't level everything because PFR exists for a reason. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So can we do the mace? There it is, Power Fist. Let's try this out for a little bit. Well, actually, switch to the Volkite for that. Yeah, it looks worth picking up. Looks like we have enough time for at least one more match. It'll be a weird wind down tomorrow. Short shift and just doing a couple of co-op missions. We have 3. It's literally going to be 2 missions. 8 and 9. The Tyranid's capillary tower looms over the surface of Kadok, ready to consume the planet's biomass. Didn't we? The deactivated defenses of the abandoned fortress can deliver one devastating blow to their fortresses. Eliminate a Hierophant. Okay. So, what do we got here? Enemy drops are dangerous. Enemies are dangerous. Mortal wound. Mortal wound. Mortal wound. Up to 3 extremists spawn simultaneously. Killing Majoris reduces respawn time. Ammo caches are limited for each member. Supply rot dropping decreased. Well, can't even do absolutely level. That's funny. Your current class level is lower than recommended for new difficulty. Where does it... Oh, I guess it does say that. I'm too low level for all of these, then. We'll do average, then. And I will be a load. I should probably actually select a mission. That might be helpful. We'll see.
For the Emperor!
Yeah, earlier I was looking at pictures of them in Rusas, and I just found this dude. I'm like, who the hell's this loser? Get off my screen. I'm looking for a tank. The blasphemy of the Tyranids is such that only one solution is acceptable. Is that true for everything? Oh my gosh. I like the skin.
Have already established their capillary towers. They mean to harvest this planet's biomass. They will take Kadaku, but we will make them pay for it. Those towers, they're bio-titan. Find a way to bring them both down. Trap them in their own filth. Acadian platoon has taken up position near an abandoned Imperial fortress. Their weapons will lead the counterattack. The Acadian commander can brief you on the fortress's current status.
The Tyranids shall burn for the infestation they spread to this planet. The Acadians die with bravery.
What is that?
If we fell that unholy abomination, then we give that death purpose.
The fortress's Icarus las cannons are strong enough to bring down that beast and the towers. Even with your aid, we will allow the forces to penetrate the main gate. You will need another way in.
You shall hear las cannons herald the Tyranids' demise before long.
This path will lead you towards the fortress.
May the Emperor grant you success.
We will not find our way to the fortress here.
Don't worry about it, Asmus. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
You path ahead.
Captain Akira, it is imperative we access the fortress's weapons.
The front gate is inaccessible, so you must enter from below. Fortress schematics show a waste reclamation center. Travel beneath the Tyranids and up into the fortress.
A solid course of action, Captain.
Here's a bug. It's a big bug. It's about to be a dead bug.
Tyranids are here. The Emperor sees your impudence head.
Question, why are there so many traitor Primarchs? They got Horus, he was an idiot. And, had a terrible dad. You know what'd be really cool? Endless warfare for no good reason. Wouldn't that be great? Join. And together we will endless warfare for no good reason. Yeah, I love that too, bro.
You recite the Codex well, but what of the scriptures?
I join the brother chaplain in meditation most days, though I do not claim to know them as well as he.
There are many hours in the day.
Of late, I spent much of my time in the apothecary, under the instruction.
I shall seek a cherub to recite them to you during your repose. The Xenos infestation is
Yeah, the gauntlet is weird. It's extremely basic in terms of kit. In terms of actual variety or move or whatever you want to call that. Its combos, near as I can tell, don't change at all. But it's pretty satisfying. It's got good reach and it hits like a shrug. A shrug?
There's no going back.
Obtaining armaments.
Impediments removed. Suffer your poor aim only so long.
You would make a fine chaplain.
I can imagine no finer purpose than keeping the hearts of my brothers pure and the hearts of my enemies still.
You do so already.
I mean, have you seen the way I fist, Braylon?
The Imperials have rises to strike.
Apparently we got a boss spawn. I accept.
My soul is
absolutely swarmed by the melees. And the shooters when a boss spawned. I didn't even see the boss spawning, too. I mean, I saw it after it spawned, and after I'd already... the next spawn. Whoop!
As my brother stands, so far. I am airborne ready.
What? What?
My glory flash.
What? I'm actually confused by that one.
Captain Akaran.
I punched the ground so hard I died.
Good. The hive ships are moving into range of the capillary towers. We are in Kadaku's final hours.
There's a lot of crap on the ground. Two types of crap, too.
War strengthens our brotherly avenging angel will expose them. Stim shot injected. My body is cleansed. Reloading magazine.
Okay. Yeah, the ground heard me bragging earlier. I was like, oh yeah?
Commencing reload!
Listen,
the world this Xenos sought to conceive.
In fairness, my favorite gun is the heavy bolter. And the Volkite.
Still gifts from the Forge. Proceed to checkpoint.
Look, Uthor. I want to punch someone, and then while my fist is still in their gut, open fire with the gun that happens to be on my fist. Is that too much to ask? Just imagine. And then whoosh.
One line.
Okay, fair, Twitter.
Brothers,
refilling
together
magazines.
we go.
Machine slumber. We will have work to do.
Initiate rites of the awakening at all costs to terminate hibernation.
We need to reactivate the entire system. Find and activate consoles.
Yeah, punched him so hard his innards came out. His innards became his outards.
The fortress remains sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alo. If you tag an enemy if you're on it, I'll come back to hell. I thought you were just chilling for a sec. Unless that's some cute way of saying that, like, your cat attacked you, in which case, never mind. I'm not gonna help you with your cat. Oh.
Our fortress remains sealed. We have to activate these consoles.
Blessings extended to the slumbering unit.
Yep.
Awakening has begun.
I'll be a couple minutes. Stop with me. So this will indeed be the last mission.
Attention, ministers. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material must be removed prior to resumption.
We need to find and remove this material so we can keep this movement.
Take flight on the left terror. Thanks to our wounded.
Oh my god. I am just getting absolutely swarmed. Oh, yeah. Couldn't even get out of it. It actually is dinner time.
Brother,
Yeah.
get back on mission.
Another alien born.
Removal required.
I've refueled.
I mean, we're probably going to start ace combat tomorrow. But the odds of us not finishing 2 missions tomorrow are pretty low.
Communication with consoles paused.
Invasive material located.
This is not the outlet. We need to find and remove the spores. Brothers, we have reduced the blight.
Foreign biological matter no longer detected. System accessible. Resume communion with the consoles, ministers.
Lockdown relics locked and flagged. This burns with hope and grace.
Now this room's gross. We're just gonna leave that room. That's a chaos room.
Return to available consoles for reawakening.
We must perform the sacramental communion with the console.
Vessel detected. Sharing the divine blessings of the machine god. Communion with vessel complete. Ministerial authority accepted.
Oh, that sounds awful, Luthor. Like, no benefit, just screw you if you're not grouped up.
All my armor with careless fire. My weapon holds only vapors. Iron Haven ready. One cracker.
Established. Transmission of blessing has commenced.
The Imperium's hammer rises to struggle.
Functions restored. Raise the other side. Restoration complete. Primary controls reset.
Our journey leads elsewhere.
Oh,
Open the door and leave.
that's unpleasant, Luthor. That alone would explain why so many people dislike the Ultramarines. For the record, I still hate Ronan. He's not actually a terrible character, but I still kind of hate him. It's not nonsense. There they are.
Ammunition restocked.
Reloading.
We have accessed the fortress, Captain.
Good. Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
I am the righteous Lord.
What?
I shall suffer your foray through avenging angel. Mending flesh! By the Codex it shall be done.
No sermon?
I may occasionally sound like a chaplain, but I follow our Primarch the same as you. The battle is the sermon.
Close enough.
Report!
Oh yeah, I do have a little.
For all wounds.
Or maybe I don't.
Swapping magazine.
Ready for next encounter.
My war gear is satisfied.
War gear acquired.
I hear a bunch of some. Oh.
Score my armor.
Ammunition restocked.
You appear to be reining in your advance.
I do not wish to range too far ahead
Your pace is adequate.
of me. Then I will trust you will tell me otherwise.
Affirmative.
That pitiful Xenos. The Emperor sees Xenos' hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is indomitable.
So wait, are you hungry for Tyranids? Or are the Tyranids hungry, just in general?
That lift will take us directly to the Tyranids and to the cannons.
God, don't remind me about the stupid Minecraft movie.
The Tyranids seem to know you're close. They are amassing at the fortress.
Steel yourselves, brothers! They will not stop us from activating the cannons, Captain!
No.
Ammunition restocked. Eyes on the Hierophant.
Uh-huh.
Fortress is His defensive weapons. We will terminate its existence.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I never saw that really quick. Oh yeah, Ultralisks are actually really big in lore. The Heart of the Swarm cinematic showed it pretty well. Yeah, how do we bring that thing down? Do we have gun? Do we have more gun?
I am recommending you for a commendation, streamer.
No. Thank you.
You would resist a badge of honor.
Keeping my brothers alive is the only honor I require.
I mean, it's not like we're getting paid, so who cares?
I will suffer your poor aim for only so long.
You only have the last cannons. You will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
Okay. Okay. They're busy.
You can eliminate these Xenos without dropping the cannon.
Cannons require synchronization with the servos now.
I'd say a good block would probably do it. Although I'm not exactly the expert. On the level of physical durability, that's something that Sauron does.
Order returns to the very soul.
Also, that's ridiculous, too.
Defensive cannons active. Targeting system non-functional. Initializing.
Of course it doesn't function. Too easy.
Specs connected. Mobile targeting system online. Ministers, as you lay, the server's guard will be aimed into the system. May the Omnissiah steady your hand.
Waiting for fire command. Aim and fire with sidearm when ready, Minister.
A pure shot. This is how we burn away. The abomination targets us with poison. Stay, see how the filth suffers against our glory.
Threes. No, I get it. I mean, it's not just an industry standard. The rule of threes is actually a good game design for a lot of reasons. The first time might be a fluke. The second time, the player should have figured out what they're doing. The third time is making sure they actually do know what they're doing. And you don't drag it past that, because past that point, the player has figured out the pattern. There's no reason to keep going after the third point.
System link has been established. All specs connected.
Introduce, establish, master. Good Luke. The fist requires the fist. Yeah, execute thing. I knew there was actually a third thing, but I was forgetting. Look, I'm dumb, okay? I'm a little distracted and kind of in a hurry. Busy. You gotta kill the Xenos, you don't understand. Than one.
The next shot will strike this abomination. Feed the cannons with the energy from the generator.
The abomination targets us with poison.
There's so many Tyranids. Oh my god.
Activate the generators and satiate the cannon's thirst. I am airborne ready.
Remote system no longer detected. Engage console to re-establish communion between the fortress and server scar.
NX location.
Server scar detected. Synchronization complete. Cannons ready.
That was strange, but okay. Accept that.
Expels its pollution. Steer clear of its foul projectiles.
Just hanging out, I guess.
Stop that target from running fresh water.
That was fun. Happy Star Wars Day. Let tell you, right? Kept me right as we're about to cut off, because it's actually well into dinner time now. Let's see how terribly I performed there really quick. There we go. It was a success! Holy crap! Who knew? That was terrible. Look at that. Garbage. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So yes, tomorrow we have 2 more missions to do, which in fairness is probably going to be like a good solid hour and a half or whatever. Oh, wait, actually. I'll do it tomorrow. Don't let me forget to do the Titus thing tomorrow. I am extremely late, so joining me? Tomorrow we will do whatever the hell the other missions are. I have no idea. Killing more Tyranids!